Great Yogiraj Baba Loknath Brahmachari, the enlightened moving Shiva Trailanga Swami and Brahmo Acharya Bijoy Krishna Goswami. In the course of his journey to remote hills and jungles in search of Sadguru, Brahmo Acharya Bijoy Krishna once climbed up to the top of the Chandranath hill. Although no saint was there, he found the place suitable for meditation and sat on a flat rock. It was a breezy summer month. He sunk into deep meditation. Some hours later he was awakened to find a number of wild animals rushing frantically towards the steep rocky slope in front of him. He looked back to find that jungle fire had surrounded the hilltop from all three sides. Finding it impossible to climb down the steep rock in front, he took his seat and prayed to the Almighty to save him from inevitable death. God helped the devotee through his associates and other devotees. His distress call resonated in the heart of a yogi. Bijoy Krishna suddenly found a yogi in white robes and a giant stature appear as if a bolt from the blue, and embracing him jumped down the rocky slope hundreds of feet deep and placed him unhurt across a brook. He disappeared in front of his eyes. Bijoy Krishna was spellbound to see the God's miracle happen with him. Henceforth he searched for the yogi wherever he went. After Bijoy Krishna got the shelter of Sadguru and took formal sannyas and renamed as Swami Achyutananda Saraswati, he wanted to lead a renunciate's life. But his guru said, "Some people including you have dismantled a part of the castle built by relentless effort of saints and rishis from ages unknown. Now I find none to rebuild it except you. So you have to stay in the Brahmo Samaj for some time more to bring back your Brahmo followers to the mainstream of the age-old faith." Acharya Bijoy Krishna reluctantly joined the Calcutta Brahmo Samaj in ochre robes, shaven head but retaining his old family name, Bijoy Krishna Goswami. It was sometimes in November 1883 he started initiating his Brahmo associates in a japa sadhan secretly. But the differences in opinion forced him to resign in 1886 from the Calcutta Brahmo Samaj and thereafter from the East Bengal Brahmo Samaj of Dhaka in 1887. While in Dhaka he came to know of an old saint Loknath Brahmachari by name who eagerly wanted to see him. Sadguru Gosaiji hired a boat and immediately went to see the saint along with his disciples. As soon as he saw Loknath Baba his hairs got raised. Though in normal stature, the yogi was none but the saint who had miraculously saved him from jungle fire. Bijoy Krishna fell at his feet. Loknath Brahmachari embraced him with great affection saying, "My Jivan Krishna," which means, the soul of my soul. Then he narrated his life history one after another. Bijoy Krishna was astonished to know that Loknath Baba was the younger brother of his great-grandfather and his age was above 156 years. He had left home at the age of 12 along with his Guru Bhagwanji and practiced yogic penances to withstand the most unfavorable conditions of the snow-cladded regions of Himalayas where food, shelter and fuel are not available. Then he was taken to Himalayas, where he practiced intense yogic penances under the guidance of his able Guru to emerge out of the gross body, leaving the gross body in a secured cave, and go to far and wide places and assume a semi-gross body at will and also enter back into his original gross body in the cave at will. Acquiring this art he travelled from Himalayas to the frozen North Pole as well as to the blazing hot Arabian deserts. In Arab he learned their language and studied the Quran under a Muslim preacher. After 100 years of yogic practice, he became a liberated soul, and when his guru relinquished his gross body, he came to Barodi village, his present abode near Dhaka, and lived there since the last 25 years, camouflaged as a layman. He grazed the cattle of the poor villagers and ate with them. He said that at night yogis from Tibet and Himalayas come to him to learn higher yoga for union with God. His blood had turned green like chlorophyll, but with normal food again became red. Gosaiji said, he has never come across a yogi greater than him under the Himalayas. Brahmachariji's name spread far and wide after Gosaiji said so. Baba had said, my Jivan Krishna, Gosai, has deprived me of my peace that I had for the last 25 years. Now people throng around me and hanker for worldly things. Am I here to cure diseases or solve legal problems? People throng around him because whatever he uttered came out to be true. When Gosaiji went to Darbhanga, he fell seriously ill. Doctors said both the lungs were choked with pneumonia. All their efforts failed and he went to coma. Shama C.H. Bakshi, who was a great devotee of Loknath Baba and later became a disciple of Sadguru Gosaiji on insistence of Loknath Baba himself, traversed on foot 40 miles and reached Loknath Baba and prayed for the revival of his Guru. Loknath Baba meditated for some time and said, I did not find him in his cage. Either he has already expired or has learned the technique to stay away from the body to avoid the feeling of pain. Loknath Baba then locked from inside and asked not to disturb till he came out. When the family and disciples of Dhaka were on their way to Darbhanga to see Gosaiji for the last time, they saw Loknath Baba in the sky telling them that he was going to Darbhanga, and then he disappeared. At Darbhanga, when the doctors came out of the room leaving all hopes of his survival, some inmates got blinkering view of 5 saints, and one of them they recognized as Loknath Baba and another was a saint who was sitting on the bench outside the room. Radhakanta Babu, the house owner, started Sankirtan and playing on the drum himself. After a few minutes, as the sound of Sankirtan entered the ears of Gosaiji, he started rolling his head for some time and then with a raw Jaya Sachinandan jumped up and started dancing in rapture. After some time he fell on the bed in a trance. Thereafter he sat on the bed as if getting awakened from sleep. It is noteworthy that what is learned by a yogi after long practice is also acquired by a devotee automatically. He then said, my Guruji along with Loknath Baba and 3 more saints from Himalaya conferred for some time and then decided to extend my life to carry on the incomplete work for which I was appointed. The figure you have seen sitting on the bench for a long time was none but my compassionate Guruji, Brahmananda Paramhamsaji. At the same time, Loknath Baba came out of his hut and told Bhikshiji not to worry. His Jivan Krishna had to do a lot of work in future. From Darbhanga, Gosaiji came back to Dhaka Brahmo Samaj, and from there he went to Barodi to see Baba Loknath with his wife Yogmaya and other disciples. As soon as Baba heard the name Yogmaya, his heart got imbibed in Raja Bhav, Krishna's childhood play. He said, I have left home in my boyhood. Today I got a mother from Shantipur and my heart wants to eat from the hands of the mother. His disciple Bhajleram took Yogmaya to the kitchen. Mother Yogmaya prepared rice and a few dishes and served before Loknath Baba. Baba said, no, not this way. You pull me near your lap, hold my neck and push into my mouth for the food prepared by you. Mother Yogmaya, shy by nature, smiled and remained quiet. Gosaiji said, "You need not be shy before him, do as he likes." Ultimately, the 35 years old mother pulled the 156 years old child near her lap and fed him with her own hands. After 3 gulps, Baba said, "I am satisfied. Now let me eat with my own hands, but as soon as I finish 2 gulps, hold my hand and say, 'No more, my child. It will be overeating for you.'" Mother did the same. The visitors, out of devotional love, shedded tears to see the celestial play between Yashoda Ma and her child, Gopal Krishna, that took place 3 millennium ago and again being replayed in front of their eyes. The steel-nerved Yogiraj had turned into a soft-hearted devotional lover of Sri Krishna in his last days. A Vaishnava who had come to see Baba Loknath brought with him his deity Krishna. Seeing his deity Loknath, Baba said, "Your Krishna neither moves nor talks. But look, my Jivan Krishna, Bijoy Krishna, he comes to see and talk to me." This shows how he loved Bijoy Krishna. Those who were fortunate enough that night have heard him chanting, "Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jivan Krishna, Jivan Krishna Pranaram." Pranaram means peace of the soul. When Goswami Prabhu was in Vrindavan in 1897, Baba Loknath Brahmachari appeared in his finer body, spent the whole night with Gosaiji and tried to persuade him to sit on his Barodi seat. When Gosaiji said that he had to stay at Vrindavan without interruption for 1 year at the instruction of his guru, Baba said he was going to leave the gross body shortly and then disappeared. On the second day, telegram brought the news of his demise.